My name is Jennifer Ather, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer in February of 2014.
And she says, well, look at that, there's a little cancer there. And she said it as if she had just found a gummy bear in her couch. I was like, are you kidding me? What did you just say? Like, did she seriously in this moment, with my shirt off and gooey crap on my breast as she's probing me, tell me that I'm gonna die?
I was in shock. I was by myself. I was half naked and exposed on a table. I felt very vulnerable and just completely out of my mind. I was terrified.
Breast cancer was not new to me or to my family. Both of my mom's sisters and all three of her first cousins fought the same battle I did, and they lost. Every member of my family has been affected by this horrible and ugly cancer. All of my cousins have lost their mothers. All the women in my family live in fear as to when cancer will strike us next, because we all know it's coming.
I called my husband and I threw a tantrum. I was bawling because of the family history. My initial reaction was, this is a death sentence, I'm going to die. When I was diagnosed, it was very little. It was stage 1A, and I opted to do a very radical thing and have a double mastectomy right away. I looked at it as God challenging me to change the course of history for the women in my family.
My name is Kiana Withers, and I am the co-chair for Relay for Life of Ripon. I became involved with Relay for Life back in my undergraduate days in Virginia. I started in about 2006 at my College of Old Dominion in Norfolk, Virginia, where I was approached by the Relay for Life committee about volunteering. So I became the lead volunteer, helping all the volunteers organize the relay for that year, and then I just decided to become more and more and more involved in Relay for Life. So when I joined the state of Wisconsin, I wanted to make sure I continued with Relay for Life.
The light and the darkness of today's beautiful daylight and tonight's darkness paralleled the physical effects, the emotions, and the day-to-day challenges endured by so many cancer patients. We want to thank each and every one of you for being here. In 1985, a gentleman by the name of Gordy Klatt exemplified how just one person can stand at the battle line in the fight against cancer. He circled the track at Baker Stadium in Tacoma, Washington for 24 hours straight, covering 83.6 miles, single-handedly raising $27,000. The very next year, 19 teams joined him at the historical Stadium Bowl, raising $33,000. Imagine what we can accomplish together in the fight against this disease. Gordy's vision has grown into a nationwide event, raising nearly $5 billion in fundraising to save lives from cancer.
When Shannon Rogers asked me to be the keynote speaker for the Relay for Life, I didn't want to do it. I thought there are so many women who have such worse circumstances and have been through so much more than I went through that I didn't feel that my story, I just didn't think it had enough merit. I just felt like there were a lot of people out there that deserved to be recognized more than myself. And Shannon said, that's exactly why we want you, because that's your attitude through this whole thing. So I prayed about it, and I decided that, yes, I would do it. And so I did, and it was a great, rewarding experience.
As the co-chair, I make sure that I work with the other co-chair in making sure the Relay for Life is phenomenal and fantastic. We also make sure that we get feedback from the year prior on what we could do to make sure the next year's Relay for Life is bigger and better and more community friendly. We want to make sure we're getting as many people out to Relay for Life as possible. We have youth of all ages doing performances. We have a theme for each year, and that theme is played into those hours. For instance, we would have dance aerobics, as we had an 80s theme last year. We also have Culver's Frozen Custard come and give out free custard to all of those that are at Ripon. Relay for Life. We also do a lot with the local businesses to make sure if they're going to be open, maybe they could have a little sale for us. So proceeds go to Relay for Life of this amount of money, or we'll encourage our participants to go to those businesses since they did stay open for Relay for Life. So there's a lot that goes on from the 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. time frame, and it's always something to do. There's never a dull moment.
$7 an hour. Bills stacked on the counter. Got a baby on the way they'll have to feed. His pride is getting torn down. His confidence is worn out. This ain't the way he dreamed that it would be. But he won't ever ask why, 'cause he's made up his mind. He's a fighter, got that fire when they thought he'd fade away. Throws a fist up as he gets up, feeling stronger every day. When he gets down on his knees, he finds the courage to believe. He's a fighter who inspires me. Yeah. She's got no time for makeup, 'cause she's got 3 boys to wake up. Never thought she'd have to raise them on their own. And some days she feels like crying, but she's holding on, surviving on the love that makes their little house a home. And she sees it in their eyes, all the reasons why. Yeah, she's a fighter, got that fire when you thought she'd fade away. Throws a fist up as she gets up, feeling stronger every day. When she gets down on her knees, she finds the courage to believe. She's a fighter who inspires me. Whoa, she inspires me. Yeah. She's been here before, and she's only 8 years old, but she knows the name of every nurse she sees. And though she don't like the chemo, she waits it out, never losing hope that someday soon she'll be cancer free. She's a fighter, got that fire when they thought she'd fade away. Throws a fist up, keeps her head up, feeling stronger every day. When she gets down on her knees, she finds the courage to believe. She's a fighter who inspires. Yeah, he's a fighter who inspires me. He inspires me. You're my inspiration, yeah. You're my inspiration, yeah. You are my inspiration, yeah. You're my inspiration, yeah. She's a fighter.
The support of breast cancer survivors and people that have breast cancer it's unbelievable. After I gave my talk at the relay, I would be at Walgreens one day, and the cashier there said, "I saw your speech, and what a wonderful thing. I went through a very similar diagnosis." I've given a couple of talks in Milwaukee about my situation, and I have had people reach out to me. Just last week, I had a lady who sent me a text message and said, my mother saw, or I saw your speech in Milwaukee, and my mother was just diagnosed, and can she call you? And I've had several people that have done that, that have reached out to me thinking that maybe I could provide them with some peace of mind or just some support. So it's just a really incredible and humbling experience.
Nationwide, the number of those that are affected personally by cancer or caring for someone else or knows someone that has or has cancer, had cancer, is just everybody, basically. Everybody knows at least one person that has been affected by cancer or currently is battling the fight.
Everybody's story is different, and everybody is in a different place mentally and emotionally and just everything in their lives. And you just can't compare one story to another. They're so different. And with my experience with my family history of one of my aunts dying at the age of 32, and the other one living with breast cancer for 3 decades and then passing away, my filter was a little different than most. So yeah, my cancer was not your cancer. I'm eventually hoping to write a book, and that will be the title of it at some point.
Relay for Life is very important to me. I have personally been affected by the nasty disease of cancer. My father passed away from lung cancer in 2010. So even though I was already involved with Relay for Life, I wanted to up my involvement and do the most that I can for my father and all of those affected by cancer, caregivers or those that are actually with the disease. I want to make sure that I'm fundraising the most money as possible, that I'm making sure that everyone in my family and friends circle knows what Relay for Life is, the value behind it, the meaning, and how they can give themselves. And it affects me personally, and I want to make sure that volunteers are appreciated that help our loved ones that may have the disease with getting rides, also caregiving. Also, there's the Look Good, Feel Better program through Relay for Life, where we actually have people come in and talk about hair care as you may be losing some of your hair, or makeup as your skin may be not as it used to be with the cancer in your body. So we want to make sure that we are celebrating the caregivers and making sure that we have everything that the person that has cancer needs for their time that they have it.
I think the local Relay for Life is a wonderful event. Anytime you can get groups of people together to fundraise or to raise awareness for any sort of a cause is wonderful. I have a little bit of a passion for the relay just because of my family history and what I have gone through and where I've come from. But I think it's an outstanding event. It obviously has lots of support in the community, and just to be around other women who have been through so much more than I have and are just such fighters and survivors is a super, super cool experience. If somebody were to ask me if they should donate money to the Relay for Life, I would tell them absolutely. It impacts so many lives.
If somebody would like to donate, they have many options. The first option is going onto the Facebook page that we have. It's literally called Ripon Relay for Life. And there's all the information on how to donate. You can either donate by calling Stephanie Prince at the Green Bay office and doing a credit card online over the phone donation, or you can donate at a team captain relay team captain meeting, which are held here at Muggs in town. And those are always advertised on our Facebook. Or we also have a website that all of our you get to view all of the who has given what and what sponsors we have. And that website is riponrelayforlife.org.
It's a great cause. I am hoping that they're very close to finding a cure, and I just can't think of a better place to spend money if you're passionate about helping an organization.
The fundraising money goes to the American Cancer Society, and our office is located in Green Bay. So Green Bay takes all of our funds that we raise beforehand and at the event and takes it to their headquarters for the huge giant pot that it goes in to help out every single person across the nation that may need it. Relay for Life always needs volunteers. We appreciate volunteers that can help out the entire day of Relay, those that can't maybe help out the day of Relay, but also can help out with beforehand things, helping us with emails, helping us get businesses to sponsor, helping us with any and everything, maybe clean up or set up, are always appreciated. Volunteers make up the organization. So we are always needing volunteers. It takes maybe about 20 people to really make the Relay for Life event successful. So every volunteer counts. My favorite part of the night would be all of the students that come out from the college to participate in the Relay for Life. We have students that may organize a team, students that just may come down and bring their dollars to buy up things at the Relay for Life, or just students that come down to walk their laps. So I appreciate all of the students, and it just warms my heart as I work with students on a daily basis to actually see them outside of my work environment going for a cause that I have passion about as well. And my second favorite thing about Ripon Relay for Life is the Luminaria ceremony. As it once again hits home for me, as my father has a luminary every year, I make sure I have one for him. But to be able to see all of the families celebrate their loved one that may have passed on from cancer or still battling. Everybody can get a luminaria. And to be able to see all the glow sticks or the candles light up in the bags with the faces of the individuals on the bags, it just warms my heart and makes me feel like they're there with us.
There's only two things you need to know about me. My name is Jennifer Ather, and if you're under 15, close your ears. Last year, I kicked breast cancer's ass. Thank you.
I would just like to invite all out to the Ripon Relay for Life on May 6th, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the Village Green here in Ripon. It's going to be a wonderful time. The theme this year is Fiesta, as we are celebrating the day after Cinco de Mayo. So we wanted to continue the celebration and just have a wonderful time so we can beat cancer.